now. Initially, I was talking about give a bit information of the public health capstone course. And Claire will talking about the study abroad program, which it can be the option for you to complete for the capstone course. Then Sue will talking about the internship course, give you a bit idea about what is the course about and some process you need to follow. And then Daisy will talking in details about the application process for both courses. So we have a quite handy program here. So hopefully after today's session, you will have better idea about these two courses. Let me start share my slides for my presentation. Can you see my slides for the okay, cool. So, okay, bit introduction of myself. So I'm Dr. Luna Shi, working from School of Population Health here at USW, and I'm co-convener with Joy here, also from our School of Population Health. Joy, do you want to have a brief introduction of yourself? Just say hi to our students.
Sure. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So probably some of you already have taken my classes before taking my class right now. So I'm Joy, combined track academic here. So I'm supporting Luna to do this presentation today.
Thanks, Joy. So for today's information session, we just really give you brief ideas about this course. So I will start to talking about the course aims, the options you guys can choose to complete this course, and the assessment you guys need to complete for this course unit. And then give you some suggestion of next steps you guys need to follow before you enroll this course. So the public health capstone course is a core course in the BEEF program. So we normally have this course, you guys normally have this course at the third year of your degree. I listed 4 course aims here. So first one is allow you to synthesize and reflect your knowledge and skills in public health, provide opportunity for you to apply knowledges and skills developed through your undergraduate degree to an area of interest. Extend your practical skills in the public health practice and increase your understanding of the public health practice and opportunities in the field. So learning outcome is really based aligned with our course aims here. We have 5 learning outcomes. So after complete the course, you're able to apply the theories, concept, models, methods, skills, knowledge, or the value developed during your undergraduate program. Learning objective 2, learning outcome 2 is reflect to the process of developing the proposal and meeting the work and professional aims and objectives in the public health research or the practice context. Learning outcome 3 is synthesize the knowledge, skills, and experience gained through the capstone course to create an original public health product. Fourth one is to engage collaboratively, professionally, and productively within a professional setting. And last one is to improve your communication skills and use them to summarize public health information and findings through oral, written, digital, and visualized presentation. So what you can say here, so the course is actually designed to help you better prepared for your workforce after you finish your undergraduate degree. So we have 3 options for you to choose to complete this course. The first one is research project. Second option is public health study 2. We also call it a study abroad program. Third one is internship option. We also call it as work integrated learning. So I won't touch more on the second and third options because I believe Claire and Daisy will give you further information of these 2 options and later on the later presentation. So I'll just brief touch about the research project. So basically, if you want to do a research project within a research group, you actually need to find a supervisor to help you to complete your capstone courses, the capstone course. So basically, you need to find an academic supervisor and then working on the topic you are interested in, and they agree to work with you through 10 weeks period. At least a couple of examples of the research project which our students have done before. And you could say there's a range of a topic you could do. You need to find a really kind of area of your interest, and those you could working on this across for your capstone course. So we have 4 assessments you need to follow and complete for your course. Task 1 is really your proposal. What are you going to do for your capstone? Task 2 is your reflective journal summaries. You reflect about what have you done before, kind of your daily routine, daily activities. What have you learned? Task 3 is your supervisor evaluation. It's really kind of supervisors to evaluate your day-to-day activities, and then they will have a report for your performance. So task 4 is a final report. What have you learned from this from the course, and what's your plan for the future? Such things. So the next step for you to follow before you enroll this course, I think it's the most important that you decide which option you want to take on. I hope you can get better idea after today's information session. And if, for example, if you're interested on a research project, I think you can start to try to find opportunities. We have heaps of resources on the USF website, and you could search in, the keywords based on your research interest, try to find a supervisor and make connection with them. Just have a chat with them, seeing whether they have project available for you to take in for your capstone course. And then we have a lot of opportunities for you to do the internship and also study 2 opportunities. And I believe you guys received some information for that already. And keep eyes on the emails. We also have a scholarship opportunity available. And I can say a lot of you, many of you guys have applied for the Fiji program, which we just advertised a couple of weeks ago. That's just brilliant. And I think that's a really good opportunity for you to go for it. So keep eyes on the email. And if you're thinking you're interested, I do encourage you guys to apply for those. And then if you're still not sure and you still want to have a chat, feel free to just drop the email to us. And I'll just list my email and also Joy's email here. So feel free to drop us email, and we are happy to chat with you guys for your options you can have and about your career development pathways. So I think that's it from me. And Joy, did I miss anything, or you want to add anything?
No, thanks, Luna. You did very well and explained very well to our students. I just want to mention and also emphasize that the capstone course is really designed to pretty much at the 3rd year level, and to really give students opportunity to apply their knowledge and skills learned from the program to a more practical opportunities, whether you're doing research or internship or study tour. So we want to have this a very fruitful process for you. So I know some people may want to jump ahead a little earlier, and just be mindful if you have any questions, if you want to do that earlier, talk to us first. And another thing that I want to also emphasize is, besides some solid, hard knowledge that you learn from your program, you're also going to develop some of the soft skills, such as interpersonal, creativity, enterprise skills through these kind of opportunity. So it will be a very important process, and I really wish everyone can find something that really suitable to their need and plan their future career in public health. That's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Joy. And if you have any question, please feel free to just type on the chat function and we'll answer by the end of the session. And also feel free to just speak up at the end of the session. We are here to answer your questions. Okay, I think that's for the brief introduction of the capstone course. And now I'll hand it over to Claire, and Claire will talking about the study on board program, which you could choose as option for the capstone course. Claire, hand back to you.
Hey, thank you, Luna, and Joy, thanks very much. So myself and my colleague Trisha are here today to talk about some of the learning abroad opportunities you can do for the capstone. So I'm just going to see if I present, these slides. Oh my goodness, sorry. I'll just do a quick share screen, sorry. Okay. Apologies for that. Here we go. Sorry, sharing the wrong one. Sorry, I thought I could do it the quick and easy way, but through the actual slides. There we go. Sorry about that. So my name is Claire Mander. I'm the Senior Program Officer at Learning Abroad Office here at UNSW. And we also have on the call Trisha Tippapart, who's the coordinator for funding. Trisha, feel free to jump in at any stage. I might do the first slides with the program information, and then if you'd like to do the funding ones or answer any questions, that would be great. So So the first one we wanted to just talk about were a couple of programs run by third-party providers that the university works with. And these organizations that run study programs for students, and these would be ones that could potentially fall under the capstone program. So the first one we're going to talk about today is a provider called Think Pacific, and they run remote, so like virtual and in-country experiences in Fiji. They're also starting Bali ones soon, but their main programs run in Fiji. So they run different types of options, and these are the ones that I think would be most obviously relevant to public health, but there's many other fields as well. So they run actual projects in Fiji, so in youth empowerment, mental health, and they have a global team internship as well. They also have remote internship program, which you might have heard about as well. So in global health and global psychology. So these both give you the option to work on projects and partnership with Fijian government, with NGOs, not-for-profit organizations and charities. The programs run from 4 to 12 weeks in duration. They have various start dates throughout the year, and the New Colombo Plan funding, which we will talk about shortly, is available for some of these for eligible students. So just to outline a little bit more about what their projects involve. So for example, the projects in Fiji, say the Youth Empowerment Project is 1 month up to sort of 16 days project. And so you actually live in a village in Fiji, and you work alongside youth of that village in the groups. It's sort of 18 to 35-year-olds and looking at local and global issues. So that's really to develop a lot of cross-cultural skills, discuss solutions to aspects of Fiji's National Development Plan and UN Sustainable Development Goals. So there's a lot of different projects that can fall under that, a lot of different areas, depending on obviously on what your interest is as well. But there's also the mental health program, which is, again, working in partnerships with youth groups and women's groups in rural communities, looking at working with NGOs who are working in the sort of mental health projects in the Pacific region. So it's like increasing your awareness and understanding of mental health in rural areas. And then while you're also having an in-country experience, being part of a community, learning about traditional customs, culture, and skills there. And then thirdly, the Global Team Internship is a 1-month team-based internship, which you do in Fiji, and it's looking particularly at UN SDGs and the Fiji's National Development Plan, and looking at real-world projects. So for charities, social enterprises, or international NGOs. So working as part of a team on those. Then remote internships. So global health projects, for example, is major public health issues. So looking again at particularly at rural communities in Fiji. So looking at public health issues that exist across the whole of the South Pacific. So for example, one would be creating a non-communicable disease campaign that promotes awareness of how to prevent, say, things like diabetes, heart disease through lifestyle choices. And then you submit the project to the Ministry of Health at the end. Then global psychology is also like for students interested in mental health or psychology. This is similar. So you're working, supporting the Ministry of Health with more like grassroots NGOs in Fiji to break stigma of mental health in rural communities and promote positive messages in Fiji. So it might be creating an online campaign, physical resources, lots of things that you can then that can be used to promote awareness. So for some of these organizations that are working with that. We have had a student from UNSW who did the mental health project in Fiji last year. As a short testimonial. She actually has a video on their website too. So that's nice to sort of hear what she's had to say. But obviously, I will just leave her testimonial up there. But she said, you know, obviously it was quite a life-changing experience living just for even just that short period of time, being immersed in a community and being very much like able to practice and learn a lot as well. Now the next thing we have was the another option, which is Achichus, which is another organization. So it's a consortia of universities in Australia, which we belong to, and they run programs in Indonesia. So they do have a public health study tour in Jakarta and Yogyakarta. This does run in January, so it's a 2-week program and looks at the Indonesian health system. You do seminars, field trips, healthcare site visits, and look at prevention initiatives. Unfortunately, the applications for this next one have just closed, but it runs every year. And so it's an option for potentially for future cohorts, or some of you may have already expressed interest in this option there as well. And so then there is funding available for these programs. Let me just jump across now to the funding. Tricia, did you want to talk about the general NCP information?
Hi, Claire. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. I'll jump in and yeah, feel free to, I'll pass it back to you if there's anything else that you can add. So yeah, so great to be here presenting about the New Colombo Plan. So if you're not aware, it's a really great initiative from the Australian government. We're actually in the 10-year anniversary, so it's been 10 years since this initiative began. And UNSW has been really successful in getting quite a bit of funding each year from this scheme. And it's a very prestigious program for students to go through. So yes, we do have some grants available, which is fantastic. And one of the biggest aims of the New Colombo Plan is to help lift knowledge from the Indo-Pacific region and bridge that gap between Australia and the Indo-Pacific. So yes, there's grants between 1,000 to 3,000. And in terms of destinations, it's actually only available within Asia and the Pacific region. It's only available to undergraduate students, and you must be an Australian citizen. So unfortunately for this particular initiative, we cannot accept dual citizens of countries that you'll be attending, and permanent residents and international students unfortunately are not eligible for this funding, so it's only available to Australian citizen undergraduate students. And it's just provides such a great opportunity to help with program costs. And there is a very extensive alumni network with the NCP as well. Claire, is there anything else that you would like me to mention about that?
So we might just also mention that there are different so there's the mobility grant scheme, and then it's a different scholarship scheme. So we're talking specifically about New Colombo Plan mobility grants for this one, which is attached to a particular program. So you don't need to actually apply for the funding. If you're accepted into the program and you meet the eligibility requirements, you'll be automatically assessed for the funding. So you don't need to submit a separate application. We will do an eligibility check as part of the application process. Also, you know, obviously because it's attached to a particular course, it must be a credit bearing subject that you're going to, or course that you're going to do. So to be eligible. So the approval for that is always still at your faculty's discretion. So a particular program has been awarded funding, but if you need to have the space available in your degrees, you need to do progression checks and those sort of things before. So just to make sure that you have the ability to get credit for that subject in your program. Sorry, that was the only thing I just had to add.
Fantastic. Thank you, Claire.
All right. Thank you, Trish. I'll just move on and then might get your help again in the next section.
No problem.
So this is just a quick overview of our generic learning abroad process, application process. The stage one may differ slightly for students who are applying through capstone course projects. So usually it would be that a student finds a program, applies to us and gets the approval, and then we sort of nominate for a place. So in that case, that's sort of slightly different for those students applying for the capstone projects, but similar steps, just in maybe in a different order. But it is important that we have confirmation that you can do this for credit. Then you get the application to the host institution. So each in this example of Think Pacific, so you would apply to them, and then they would do the offer, and then you let us know that all's ready to go ahead. You've confirmed you're accepted your position with them. And then we put you into our pre-departure or online preparation, depending whether you're going to travel in person or whether you're going to do it online. And then so we will send you email updates pre-program to get ready, things you need to do, the travel approvals for the university, or if you're doing an online course, things that you can do to prepare for the online study. Then you have your departure and actually taking the course or doing it online. So we will also keep up to date information coming to you through that stage. So, you know, any advice about things in country. And then when you return, there's a sort of a reflective stage at the end for the study abroad program. So this will be separate from your actual course, which may have its own reflection at the end, but this would just be, how did you actually find the study abroad component? So, and then we'll get the confirmation from the host organization that you've completed successfully, and then we would send that to the school for, then that gets recognized, ticked off the bit that you need to complete. And then we would love it if you can become an ambassador for these kind of projects. So as we had that student's testimonial before, you know, if you've had a positive experience and you'd love to share it and let other students know about it, we're always looking for people to help us out with things, and, you know, volunteering at events, even like exchange fairs and things to talk about these projects. Yeah, and so if you want some more information on any of this, we have our general page here, and also my email address is the Advisor for Global Ed one there, so feel free to put that in there. Again, this is specifically for learning abroad programs. For the actual public health requirements, obviously best to speak to your course conveners and the school. So yes, thank you. I'll stop sharing there, and I will pass over to the next section on the agenda.
Sure. Thanks, Claire. Thanks, Patricia. That's super helpful. I hope you guys feel this information helpful as well. And Claire, I was just asking on behalf of our student. I think they're probably more interesting about, do we know kind of time frame of when the student will receive some such information on, the scholarship available or NCP program available for them to apply? Do we have a roughly time frame for them to know in ahead?
Yes, so the projects that have been approved for funding will also be promoted with the opportunity of having funding available. So it's it's a funded project. So when we promote them, that will be, so the Achievers ones, for example, they have the funding every year for their programs. They have a sort of set deadline. It'll always be promoted as part of it. The Think Pacific ones, UNSW has the funding available, so we will promote it at certain times, so for this year, but they have numerous start dates all throughout the year. So, but that general the general project does have funding, so eligible students applying at any stage through us could be eligible to be considered for that as well, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes, it does. Thanks, Claire. And I believe some the information, if you have some update information, the student will receive the information by emails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We do post it on our Learning Abroad notices page as well, but we will try and maybe then send the specific public health things to yourself to disperse amongst students as well, if that's easier. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. I think that's better for our students to receive such information regularly in case they are forgetting and miss those opportunities. Thanks so much, Claire. Thanks so much, Tricia, for such information. And I think if you have any questions, just pop in chat, and as I said previously, we will answer those questions by the end of this session. Okay, so we now move on to Sue, and she was talking about the internship program, which it was an optional courses for postgraduate degree. So Sue, handing over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And thanks for joining us. I'm Sue Shebeki. I'm the course authority for PHCM 9143, and I'm located within UNSW Employability, under the Will Central team, under the Pro Vice Chancellor of Student Success. And I've got two colleagues with me, our wonderful Will Central lead, Camilla Chow, and we've got Daisy Bowie, who will talk about application processes and all of that, and that will be for both the postgraduate and undergraduate. So please please stay on, all of the undergrads. What I wanted to talk about a little bit is work integrated learning at UNSW, because I think it's a really important concept to get your head around, and what our model is. And now work integrated learning is something that's now being very much pushed from federal government everywhere, employers, to enable students to actually use the skills that they've learnt within their program and within a workplace. And that's the important essence of it, to actually use your skills and apply those skills within a workplace, within a real workplace. And that's what an internship does for you. It will help you strengthen your work readiness by practicing those disciplinary skills and applying them. And within that, you will be developing a whole lot. And I think that was mentioned before, that a whole lot of professional, personal and disciplinary skills will be practiced at the same time. So you can actually say that you've achieved these skills within an internship. The important part of it is that it's under this supervision, of course, of within a workplace of professionals. And so what you will be doing in that workplace is undergoing and working within an integral part of that workplace. And that's an important thing, that you will be actually participating in something that's important to that workplace and contributing to what the organisation purpose is. But it is also, remember that it is a three-way partnership between the academic, the organisation, the partner organisation, and the student. So there are obligations in that three-way sort of relationship. So it's for course credit, of course, as we've been mentioning before, which means that you need assessments. You need to do assessments within that. So you have workplace commitments, and you also have the accessible components for the course. So what I will go through is just some partner placements and projects and things, just very, very briefly, and that will be touched on a little bit later on. And this is relevant to the capstone course also, but organisations are sourced by our engagement team. So we've had a whole lot of placements sourced through the engagement, our partner engager. And what happens once you get an internship is the projects are devised by the organisation. As I said, they have to be a real project that contributes significantly to that organisation. Now, all of the other sort of mechanisms, the details, the working hours, and all of those types of things, work mode is all negotiable. But what we need to remember is that for the postgraduate course, you're required to undertake 168 hours, okay, in the workplace, in addition to anything that you need to do for the course. So I just will briefly go through the assessments for the PHCM course. So everything is based on what you do in the workplace. What I want to emphasize is that there should be meetings all the way through term with me as the course authority, and they will be discussing things like development of professional skills, check-ins, seeing how you're going, all of those sort of things, and they're obligatory to attend. This will be gone through in a lot more detail once you actually get your internship, but the other parts are sort of twofold. The first is a negotiated agreement, which is the component that the workplace supervisor contributes to your marks. Excuse me, and it's 20%. The rest is 80%, but it's been divided into three parts. First is like for about halfway through your internship, you think about an incident of learning, what you a specific time when you've learned something that you can take away. The other two components are towards the end of your internship, which is an internship report, which is based on what you produce within the workplace. So whatever the project is, that report or whatever can be reproduced also as part of your assessment. But there is also a reflective report, and work integrated learning is very steeped in reflection. So thinking about your experience and taking it away and what you've learnt from it. So that's a very, very brief overview of the course. Once you have enrolled in the course, you get an internship, we'll go through those things in much more detail. But something I wanted to emphasize is when you are offered or when the application's open, so our next offering is term 3, Think about the things you'd like to develop, the skills you'd like to develop, and think about where you might be able to gain those. So there's a little bit of flexibility. Every internship, I can guarantee it will teach you something. Okay, so rather than targeting a particular organization, for example, I would be open-minded and think about other places that you might develop the same skills. That's just a little bit of a message from me, because I have known many students going through, and it's always been worthwhile, whatever whichever organization you undertake to take an internship with. That's about all I wanted to say myself. So I'm happy for inquiries to come through to me. It might come through Luna, so she'll pass them on to me if there's specific ones for PHCM 9143. But I think I am going to pass on to Daisy about the application process for both postgrad and undergrad, which is much the same process. So I think over to you, Daisy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sue.
Thanks, Sue. Yeah. Keep going, Daisy. Handing over to you. So I'll just mention that this is process. If you're interested, I think this process is applied to both undergrad and postgrad course. Just to remind our student about that. Okay, Daisy, up to you.
I hope everyone sees my screen. Yeah. Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Daisy. I'm the project officer at Will Central Employability UNSW. So our team, Camilla, Joe, Cheryl, and myself, we support the course logistic regarding the student recruitment and also pre-placement. So with PXCM 3003, the third option, the will element only, and PXCM 9143, students will submit your application via InPlace. So I put in the chat how to log in via InPlace for your information. So InPlace is pretty straightforward, and I'm pretty sure that you will find it user-friendly and very easy to navigate. The application window will start by today. So yeah, so later today, please have a check. Until Thursday, the 20th of June. So you will have 2 weeks for the application. And also after this meeting, you will be receiving an email from us with 2 documents, how to apply and also all of the placement information. And just a note that each student can apply up to 3 opportunities, and you can do preferencing on InPlace. For example, this is your this is your first priority, the second priority, and the third priority. So how to apply for PXCM 9143 and 3003 on InPlace. So first of all, you log in via InPlace with your student email and also the password. If you do not remember the password, there will be a button for you, say, forget your password. Just click on that. There will be an email sent to you to get the new password. So you will see on the right-hand side, the icon internship. So if you see internship 12, which means there are 12 opportunities for you to apply. And then just click on that button. You will see the list of all the available opportunities. And just check one by one and same as Dr. Sue just mentioned. Just see the opportunity that is the best fit for your set, what you want to learn, and also the organization name as well. So when you click on each opportunity, there will be the apply button for you. So you will need to submit the CV and also the statement, like what appealed to you about working with the partner organization, or what interested you about the project on the offer. and what are you hoping to learn or to gain from the experience. So the statement and also the CV will have Dr. Susan and also Luna to easy to match you with the organization in the project as well. Yeah, so it is pretty straightforward. You will receive an email from our team on how to apply and also all of the placement information. And if you don't receive the email or you don't see the opportunity on InPlace, please send an email to Well Central. So I just sent to the chat the email Well Central and also the email template so that we can support you. So we would like you to put the email title as the course name, your name, and also application inquiry. And with the email body, just say your name, your ID, the program that you're doing, and also the screenshot of your InPlace so that we can forward your email to the InPlace team for further support. So yeah, so that's about it. And also I would like to share with you the other thing. So all UNSW students, you will have the access to employability resources. So you can have resume checker. It's very helpful, very useful for all of the students. And also individual coaching. So you can book a meeting with the coaching team. You can do it in person or book it online to prepare for the interview. So I will also share with you the link to accept the resources here. Yeah. So with the second document, the placement detail, you will see the partner name, the project name, and also the organization brief, the project brief, and the activity involved in each placement, and also all the important information. For example, the note of available position, placement start date, end date, placement type, for example, remote, on-site or hybrid, and part-time or full-time. So just have a read with this placement detail, and there will be 25 at the moment for postgrad and 11 for undergrad. So all of those documents will be sent to you after today. So that's all from Well Central, and we hope the information is helpful. Good luck with the application. Have a check with the resume checker. Book an individual coaching. I'm pretty sure that everyone's there is very lovely and helpful, and enjoy the long weekend. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.
Thanks, Stacey. That's really helpful. Hope our students feel helpful as well. I'm just looking at the chat box. I see many questions has been answered. Yeah. Abra, did I miss anything?
I think everything is covered very well by Sue and Daisy. So just to let you know that the requirement is 65% WAM to apply, and also if you have to wait for term 1 at least 24 unit credit to apply for internship. Okay, this is another requirement from school. But if you're doing a single degree, you can apply before 24 unit credit as well. But if you are doing a dual degree or you are doing a dual extension degree, then you need to wait for at least completing one term before you apply. I think everything else is covered. So we are happy to take any questions. I think we answered most of the questions in the chat box, but if you have any question, please feel free to post in the chat box.
Just to mention, so Sue will be the central person to managing for the internship course for the postgraduate students, and Abra and myself can be your contact person at the school level. So if you want to have any questions, you could ask any of us. And so that's just to let you know.
There's a question about the hours of internship, and of course this is flexible. That can be full-time or part-time, and that is again part of your negotiation process with your organization. So yes, you can do part-time or full-time. Can you
So just
post-
sorry, just on that, yeah, 168 hours is equivalent to 24. This is for the postgrads. 168 hours, about 24 full-time days. So yes, so it's about 2 to 3 days over the 10-week term.
Yeah. Can you, what email is asking, what is the email story for postgraduate contact? Can you post the Will email address again? Emily, what I was telling, that was for the postgraduate internship. For Capstone, that is a separate process. So for Capstone, you can apply. Maybe Luna can explain when you can apply for Capstone. But what I was saying, that was for postgraduate.
For the capstone, that's mainly for undergraduate level of study, and you can have 3 options. You choose one of the 3 options. However, you do need to be mindful. For example, internship is only offered in term 3, and then study abroad it varies. You know, you can see that Chiches is in summertime in January, and then Indonesia. This Indonesia, and then the Fiji one, has a different timing. So have to just pay attention to what is available. And research projects can be term 1 or term 3 too.
All the placements will be available. I think already Desi explained that probably by end of today, Desi? Okay, yeah. By end of today, you will get an email, so you will have access to, you can see all those placements. Then question is it possible to complete the internship at your workplace? Unfortunately not at this stage. For internship, I'm talking about. You can do a research project at your place, but for internship, you can actually recommend us. So we will try to make a kind of contract with them, and then you can probably do, but otherwise, internship can only be offered in those institutes which actually we have in the list. So it's not possible at your workplace. Email is given.
Okay, do you have an option for students in self-sources internship?
No, not at this stage. But actually, in some exceptional case, like if we have time, they can actually recommend us. So we will try to negotiate with them. But the problem is because all internship process is very open and transparent. So those will be open to everyone actually. So currently you can do a research project at your place, but not internship. There is another option actually, if you look at the UNSW School of Population Health course outline, there is a option for independent study. Independent study is a very good alternative actually for internship that you can do at your own at your workplace. So independent study is a very good option. Like if you want to do a kind of internship at your own place, consider independent study. So I will post a link soon. So that is one option you can do. When will be the accepted rejected form from an internship? Yeah, so they will let you know as soon as the process is complete. So we can do an undergraduate internship through. Can anyone answer this question, Luna or someone? So we can do it.
I'm not sure because Shasi, he's in my course currently, but he's from another school. He's not from the School of Population Health. So can he also do a capstone through our program? Can someone answer, please?
I'm not sure about that, Joy. We probably need to take it back and ask someone.
I think this is probably, my understanding is that this is capstone actually. 3003 is code for capstone. No?
How about
so, yeah.
Will Central? Does Will Central have any answer for that? For students that are not from the BIF program, can they also take the capstone?
Yeah, to my understanding, which is I probably is not the right person to answer it. If I'm not mistaken, that is based on students' progression for their degree. So maybe nucleus and also the students' home school, that would be something on the academic level to negotiate, because I think if it is a capstone, how does it going to fit into the current students' program? That is what I'm thinking. So perhaps have the initial chat with Nucleus, see whether they can give you, is it Adam? Yeah, give you some advice on your progression, because otherwise, like, do you have space, and how does it going to contribute to your program?
Yeah, that's for Shahid. Actually, Shahid, he's from science, medicine, I can't remember. But I think the answer for you, Shahid, thanks for asking that question. But perhaps you should go back to your school and who at the authority and ask them whether it's possible for you to do a capstone through our program and in line with your learning schedule. And then we will chat with our program director as well. And we'll get back to you later.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another question about that next year term 1. So you can't apply it now, so you have to wait for term 3 applications. Okay, so we will open applications during term 3, and then you can apply for the next year term 1. So each year it's 2 to 3 months early we apply. So we open those applications. Yeah, I think most questions are answered. Yep, I think most questions are answered so far. Any other question?
Yeah, feel
If we
free
missed
to
any
let us
questions.
know. Yeah, if we miss any question, just unmute yourself and just ask.
Or maybe you can post again. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Daisy, there's a question from Melinda who says she can only see the Think Pacific internship available when she logs in. Is that, they haven't opened yet, have they?
Yeah, I already answered to Melina. So yes, later
Oh, yeah,
today.
thanks.
It's like the premium
We-
movie review, isn't it?
We have a question saying, where can we find details about internship assessment, Abra?
Yes, so I already shared a link about the internship. I can share again. This is a link. So you can find some detail about the assessment processes. So there could be different assessment, different, options. You can write a project, for example, you can do a research project during. So everything is, it's a bit different. So marking criteria already Sue mentioned. It's about 20% marks are for negotiated agreement and 80% marks are for actual project. So you can find a bit more detail in this link. I just shared the link. So it's a course outline. It's a currently a slightly outdated course outline, but still it's valid. Still we are following the same.
And there'll definitely be more details once you enroll. We'll go through those in detail at the start of the course.
Okay, so last 3-4 minutes. So just for the presenters, I would request that if you can share your slides with Luna so that Luna can actually combine them and we can share with the students, because I think there were some very good links as well. Some links were new for me as well. Good learning today. So I think I would request that everyone please share your presentations with Luna so that she can share with all students.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Abra. I was going to ask the same thing. And this, I just noticed you post a lot of links for our student in the chat. If you can send them in a document,
Sure.
I think that would be super helpful to our student.
I will
Try
do.
to find all these links. That'd be good.
Yeah, these resources are very helpful. So it'll be great to be shared.
So good. Thank you. Okay, if no further, yeah, go ahead, Abra. Sorry.
No, that's why I'm saying everyone started saying thanks. So thanks everyone, and maybe Luna can maybe close it now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks everyone to attending, and thanks very much for all the presenters to give us such informative sessions to our student. And I believe our student will be in touch if they have any questions and inquiries. Yeah, just to let you know, we are here for you. So if you have any questions, just feel free to drop us an email. And all the best to your study. And thanks all to all the presenter again. Thank you.
Okay, thanks
Thanks so
everyone.
much. Thanks everybody.
Thank you for the
Bye.
recording,
Bye.
Luna.
Thank you. Thanks for reminder.
Thanks.
Bye bye all.
Bye.